Greetings everyone, today we are going to review Sonic Universe 38. Again, spoiler warnings. And this is the second issue of the Eggman arc, Scrambled. And now this issue begins with... Is this thing on? We interrupt this review to bring you a message from the boss man. Greetings, loyal subject of the Empire. I am happy to report that I've located that traitor Snively to Central City, deep in the United Federation. And why would he go there? Why has he decided to turn traitor, although I haven't expected it from some time? But why now? Why? That is one of the things I would like to interrogate him when I recapture him. No one escapes from the Eggman Empire and lives. And to think that that little fool tried to outsmart me by playing a falsified message to my grandmasters? Oh, but I got that settled. Oh, with my forces, my egg swats, my Mecha Sally, I will bring that little toady back. I will drag him back. And then I can concentrate all my efforts on that blasted hedgehog.
And now, back to your regularly scheduled review.
And attacking Central City with a whole bunch of egg swats, the Metal series, and these three things called the Egg Camels. Now, they look suspiciously like AT-ATs from the Star Wars series. I mean, even the cockpits of these mechanized machines look like the interior of the AT-AT. So basically, Eggman's ripped off the Empire and planted his face on the front. But hey, Eggman loves himself. He's a narcissist, so whatever. Anyway, Eggman has a little chit-chat with the Legionized Hugo Brass about how he tried to save his unit and Eggman captured them all and legionized them. And I would like to point out that Hugo Brass in the past issues, like when we first met the guy, he looked all black with this weird facial hair, and he basically kept that look for most of his appearances. Although during the home arc after Sonic got back from a year in space, he looked all white with hair on top of his head. I don't know who came up with that design change. I don't know why. But anyway, in this current arc, you can see he's gone back to being a black guy with that weird facial hair and bald, but whatever. So Eggman orders the attack. Eggman's in one of these egg camels. Orbot is in another, and Cubot is in the other. And I like that little caption about how he needs to get his voice fixed. Oh, and basically we see Commander Abraham Tower saying that, well, leading his forces into battle, well, from his command center. And I gotta point out that the command center here looks pretty much the same as it did in the video game Shadow the Hedgehog, and I like this little nod to the games. Anyway, he reports that only Omega from Team Dark is available because Shadow and Rouge are currently guarding the president. And you can see Omega leading the gun forces into battle, and the forces consist of the good old mechs, the robots and mechs from Sonic Adventure 2, and again, a nice callback to the games. So, anyway, while the battle is going on, Hope is in her lab working on some fire in the container, hopefully to boost the troops, especially Omega. And then Snively decloaks himself. Yeah, apparently Snively has his own little personal cloaking device, and actually that would come in handy in real life situations, but I digress. Anyway, Hope is alarmed by Snively's appearance, and she's about to push the old alarm button, but then Snively is trying to get Hope to listen to him, and then Hope, well, decides not to push said button. So anyway, Snively tries to convince her that he has left Eggman, he wants to start a new family, and while Hope says that we can't be family, we're not that related, well, Snively revealed that he took a piece of her DNA, and well, reveals that they are both half siblings. Now, if those of you who have purchased the Sonic Universe, the first Sonic Universe graphic novel, that revelation wouldn't exactly be new, because in the data files it says that Hope is actually half sibling to Snively, and his father lied to her about her true family. So, and well, I would lie too if I find out that my own daughter is related to a pair of insane mad scientists bent on world domination. And of course, speaking of insane mad scientists, Eggman continues his assault on the city, and Omega is shooting one of the egg camels. And then Eggman decides to use the opportunity to send down his own little squad of legionized soldiers to pretty much distract Omega. And there appear to be 5 of these guys. Wait a minute. Yes, these are legionized troops that Hugo Brass failed to save. They're his men. It is Paladin Team Sigma Alpha 2. Yes, this group of gun commandos has appeared in past issues. They were the ones responsible for capturing Sonic, leading to the events of Sonic Adventure 2, adapted for the comic, poorly. They were the ones that teamed up with Sonic to stop the Dragon Zant, and they helped out with the invasion force when the Zorda invaded in the Milestone issue 125. And now they have been transformed into more of Eggman's lackeys. Now, of course, Omega is going to have some difficulty shooting them because they're not completely robots. They still have flesh and blood, and Omega doesn't want to shoot flesh and blood thingies. However, Omega manages to use some hand-to-hand to knock some of them down, which provides the distraction Eggman needed to send Mecha Sally and Metal Sonic. Blech, can't talk. And of course, Omega has difficulty shooting Sally because, well, he doesn't want to hurt Sonic. And of course, Eggman talks him about how Mecha Sally has hurt Sonic in more ways than one. I mean, we have seen the results of Sonic's pain. And Omega has no longer has the desire to hurt Sonic, and he wants to try and find a way to save Mecha Sally. But unfortunately, well, Mecha Sally and Metal Sonic have different plans, and they double blast Omega to incapacitate him. But thankfully, Sega Sonic shielding has prevented Omega's destruction. So, while this is going on, Snively explains to Hope the situation, his plan to free Regina from the bomb of the well, and to pretty much start a new life together. Now, Hope is still upset to Snively about the destruction of Knothole, pretty much forced, and Snively did reassure her that he warned her to leave before said destruction happened, and, well, and then, of course, well, Hope was beginning to buy it. She was about to pretty much accept her offer, accept Snively's offer. I mean, ugh, I can't talk. Well, and of course, Snively, he blew it. He blew it by pretty much blabbing about how, with all of them together, they will conquer the world and blah 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 blah. Haha, I'm evil. And then well, Hope was so disgusted. Hope was so disgusted that she refused to join Snively. And, well, course, Snively does not take this lying down. He berates her about how he is smarter than her, and he is going, and then Snively pretty much goes straight on to, well, attacking her. But then Hope somehow smashes the container with the fire, and oh wow, we got a fire shield. The fire shield. The fire shield that first appeared in Sonic 3 has made its first official appearance in the comic books. I mean, wow. And of course, it's useless. I mean, Snively throws tools at her, and like throws like a wrench or a screwdriver at her, and it does nothing. And of course, Hope, being all angry while surrounded by fire, pretty much denounces her relationship to Snively and demands that he gets out immediately. And of course, Snively obliged, and well, he escapes on the egg jet, and well, Eggman witnesses that Snively is leaving, so he recalls all his ground forces to the big old egg stash flyer, and well, it seems that Gunn was not top priority. I mean, his priority is to capture Snively. So, well, at least Eggman reminded them, the United Federation, that he means business. He can go to war with them at any time. And, well, Hope is in her lab crying, and Omega walks in. And, well, I like this little scene. I mean, Hope tries to find comfort in Omega, this death machine, but he replies that he was not built for comfort. And of course, Snively is himself crying because, well, he failed to recruit a member of his family, and he's hoping that the Iron Queen will be more, sympathetic. And of course, Eggman is still tracking them. For some reason or another, Snively has not removed the tracking device. And I like this little line that says, run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't beat the Eggman. Oh, that's nice. Alright, so my overall impressions of this issue, well, I like it. I like how Eggman means business. I mean, sure, it's a bit overkill to send like a small army to pretty much capture one little guy, but he pretty much went into the United Federation, well, and the United Federation is no slouch themselves. I mean, they have robots, they have Omega, so Eggman's being a little smart. I mean, sure, it's overkill, but sometimes it's the best kill. Now, the art, again, Jamal Peppers is the artist of this whole arc, and I have to say that the humans in this, the way he draws humans is, well, kind of, well, some panels it's good, some like far away it's not too good, but hey, at least it's trying. And speaking of, I believe this is the first issue of any Sonic series that does not feature any kind of Mobians. Yes, I believe every character in this issue is a human or overlander. And I know what you're thinking, folks. Technically, you're wrong. You're wrong. There's Mega Sally and Mega Sonic. It's like, well, sure, but they're robots. They're not flesh and blood. No. So technically, I'm right. See, I'm right. But whatever. So if I were to give this issue's grade, I would give it a let's see, a good old 8.9 out of 10. I mean, some of the art is okay, but I still like the plot of. I mean, Eggman pretty much is the star of this issue, even though we've seen seen what little of him we can. I mean, he pretty much steals the show. And I like that little scene of how Hope and Snively interact with each other. And, well, it's a nice tearful moment. And at this point, well, Snively's plan isn't, well, pretty much been derailed slightly because he was hoping to recruit Hope. He was hoping to get Hope. And, well, he pretty much had to be a good old insane world dominator and pretty much blab his evil plans. And Hope is pretty much for the good guys. But, so, will Snively be 0-2? I mean, will the Iron Queen welcome him back after he pretty much ditched her and going back to Eggman at the end of the Iron Dominion saga? That's a topic for Sonic Universe 39, which I will review when I get the issue. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed this little commentary, and we'll see you next time. And on a final note, whoever came up with the idea of having the cover to this issue resemble the figures from Mystery Science Theater 3000, give them a raise because genius, pure genius.